All right, all right, all right. This is gonna be part two into the greatest of all time, Notorious B.I.G entry. All right. Okay. I left off right here at this picture right here. Of course, this is Biggie's legendary double LP, Life After Death. This was considered a mafioso rap album. Of course, mafioso rap was prominent at that time in East Coast rap. It was pioneered by Cool G Rap in the late '80s and resurrected by Raekwon the Chef and Only Built for Cuban Links. Then Jay-Z followed up with Reasonable Doubt in '96. It was written in '96, and then Big had this in '97. Now this is like I said, I normally don't listen to double albums, because it just to me it just gets too long. But Biggie, I did, it was great. It was a great, of course, the songs "What's Beef" and "Sky's the Limit" and "More Money, More Problems" and "Hypnotize." Biggie went in on "Hypnotize," man. That's one of his best songs, hands down. And his first verse on it, niggas don't think shits, think pink gators. My Detroit players, Tim's for my hooligans in Brooklyn. Dead right, if your head right, Biggie there at night. That's and look, people might think I'm being biased. I'm Brooklyn biased or I'm New York biased. I'm not. This is my honest opinion. That's one of the best verses I've ever heard on a rap song. I'm just being honest. That's one of the best verses I've ever heard. Biggie's first verse on this shit right here, Hypnotized, that was one of the best. But like this was of course his last album released that he worked on while he was alive. Of course this came out after he died, so I can't say last one was during his lifetime. But this was the last one. This was released after he died, like I believe a couple weeks after he died in '97. And that was a sad day in Brooklyn, at least according to my parents. But yeah, of course here he is on the video for Hypnotized with Puffy, And of course here's the car he was shot in, unfortunately, at that party in LA. Look, I understand, Tupac was dead and Suge was in jail, so I can understand why Big would feel like, or why Puffy, whoever idea it was, felt like it was okay to go to Brooklyn or go to the West Coast. It wasn't, okay? Okay, Pac was dead. He'd only been dead for a couple months. Not like Pac had been dead for a year or 2 years. Pac had been dead for a couple months. Even if so there were going to be some hard feelings on the West Coast. And of course, Biggie, as we all know, received death threats during his time on the West Coast until he died. But yeah, I don't know whose dumb idea that was, but I bet they regret it, whoever it was. But yeah, Big was unfortunately shot and killed. Yeah, I believe at some party. I believe it was March 7th or March 8th of 1997. And he died. He pretty much died on site, They worked him in the hospital, but they pronounced him dead. And, that shocked the hip-hop world. Like I said, my pops was shocked. Moms was shocked. At that point, they had been dating, Of course, there's the picture of the funeral in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, You see the big wreath and flowers and red roses and everything. There's some grieving, crying people. Here's the casket that Big was in, It was a sad, sad day in Brooklyn, in New York. That their hip-hop giant, no pun intended, was gone. The king of the East Coast. Here's Big at the awards show. I think it was the Source Awards or whatever. And yeah, that's much into it. Here's his greatest hits album. But let me say this: Tupac and Biggie, man, they're always gonna be connected. They're always gonna be intertwined. You can't think about Tupac without Biggie. You don't think about Biggie without Tupac. Kind of the same way Biggie was rep New York City. Pac repped LA. You don't think about New York City without thinking about LA, and LA without New York City. East, West, West, East. Suge Knight and them at Death Row were affiliated with the Bloods, which is red. And Suge and Puffy and them were affiliated with the Crips, the blue. So there's a lot that goes in that Tupac and Biggie shit, But if you want to see a great documentary on their murders, I believe it was called, I forget what it was called. I think it was called Hip Hop Murders, the Inside, the Biggie and Tupac murders, some shit like that. I'm not talking about that Biggie and Tupac documentary made by that British dude, even though that one's good too. But it came out a couple years ago. Go check it out. But yeah, man. Rest in peace to Christopher Wallace, aka Biggie Smalls. Now, what's his legacy, man? His legacy is one of the most. He's got 2 albums, both classic albums, influential albums. He's one of the most influential rappers of all time. In terms of bars, lyricism, he helped revive the East Coast at the time when the West Coast dominated. He helped change hip hop. He helped hip hop focus more on flows and lyricism and delivery rather than just beats and catchy lyrics and hooks and whatever. Like I said, nobody fused that style of hardcore street lyrics like Biggie Smalls did, that hardcore street stuff with R&B beats. That Puffy and all those dudes were ripping up at Bad Boy. Puffy, Biggie, Mace, Lil Kim, Junior Mafia, The Lox before they left. They had that EP. Will Always Love Big Papa, Faith Evans, all of them. All of them, nobody could do it like them. Just ask Jay-Z. Jay-Z with the whole Sunshine song. They tried that copy Bad Boy with that R&B style, but it didn't work until Rockefeller had to find their own sound. But yeah, man, Big. Here's the movie, the Notorious movie, which is one of the best hip-hop biopics of all time. And of course, Straight Outta Compton. Straight Outta Compton is the best hip-hop movie I've ever seen. Best hip-hop biopic, whatever you want to classify it as. Best ever. Notorious is right next to it, and All Eyes on Me. That's that's way at the bottom. But that's something for another day. Something else for another day. Tupac Resurrection was better than that. But this is about Biggie. Of course, there's the A&E documentary, Biggie, The Life of Notorious B.I.G., which is on YouTube. It's on YouTube for free, so you can go check it out if you want to. And here's Biggie's two kids, his son, his beautiful daughter. I feel bad for them growing up without their pops, Can't imagine that shit. I grew up in the ghettos of Brooklyn, so I've seen it, but, I have my parents, so I can't imagine that. And here's obviously the street. They named Christopher Notorious B.I.G. Wallace Way. But yeah, Biggie's one of the, like I said, man, 2 classic albums helped change hip hop in terms of sound and style, lyrics, bars, delivery, flow. Biggie's always gonna be around. He's always gonna be remembered, whether people love him or not. People say, "Oh, he's an old head," or "These old heads always overrate Biggie." Because we all remember Lil Yachty called Biggie overrated and shit. I don't worry about clowns like Lil Yachty. Okay, don't worry about clowns like him, but don't worry about clowns like him. But like I said, what do y'all think of this video? Do you think Biggie's the greatest of all time? Is he second? Is he third? Is he on your Mount Rushmore? Top 5, top 10? If not, who is? If you like the video, click the like button, subscribe, comment down below. Who do you want to see next in the greatest of all time series? You want to see Eminem, Lil Wayne, Tupac? Like, y'all gonna have to wait a minute for that Tupac video. That shit's gonna be long as hell. Okay, but man, who want to see next? It isn't just for rappers or rap groups like Run DMC, LL Cool J, Mobb Deep. Who do y'all want to see? Athletes? What athlete do you want to see next? You want to see one on Michael Jordan? You want to see one on Kobe, rest in peace? You want to see one on Tom Brady? You want to see one on Muhammad Ali? Whoever you want to see one on, drop in the comment section and I'll get to it. And of course, here's Biggs up, his banner up in the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Here's his mural. I forget where this is at. I forget where's that in Brooklyn? Is it in Bushwick or somewhere? I don't know. I forgot where this was at. But if you remember, comment down below. All right. I'm gonna see y'all. R.I.P. Big. Brooklyn.